We're going to start out with something very special. This, let me get my card up.
This is our Rastelli 24 2-ounce Wagyu Kobe-style beef sliders. This is item number M78893, and this is going to be available for you today for 4 easy payments of $19.09.
So what's great about Wagyu, there's almost 30 million cattle in our country. Only, what is it?
How many?
5,000.
It's insane.
5,000 Wagyu cattle. But what's cool about that, the 5,000 actually go all the way back to the original Japanese cattle that came here in the 70s. So it's from that same bloodline. And talk about special. The grain that's in this meat and the fat that's involved, these are fed wild fed out in the grass, and then they have an all-natural vegetable diet. You can see when you look at it, it's very tender. We use our soft touch pressed process, so, and they're never frozen. When the meat comes to us, it's ambient. We trim it, mix it, make it, and then flash freeze it. So you're the very first person.
And you know what I love about this product, Tony, is that the Wagyu is such a sought-after beef, and we are bringing it to you at QVC. Like you mentioned before, there's only 5,000 out of every 30 million beef cattle that qualify for this Wagyu-style beef. And like Ray always says, to get the best quality product, you have to know your source and know where it comes from.
Absolutely. And these are from the Ohio Valley, so it's the same farmers that have been doing this, gosh, for over 40 years now. And he has relationships with these farmers to make sure that you only get the best of the best.
And I love that these Wagyu cattle, they're never given any growth promoting hormones. They're raised without antibiotics, without hormones. This is a natural, delicious, juicy Wagyu style burger. And this is what you normally only see in a restaurant, right, Tony? I mean, you're not going to go to your grocery store or your fast food restaurant and get this amazing quality Wagyu slider.
That's right. In fact, when you go in a restaurant, you'll see 2 letters, MP, market price, because again, there's only 5,000 cattle to go around. And what Ray does is he reserves these cattle specifically for our QVC foodies. So now these were actually brought in. We mixed them to our spec, and it's a very fine grind. So you don't have any type of chew that's not nice to the mouth. It has a great mouth flavor.
Exactly, and we actually do have some footage of our special smash patented technology. But like you had mentioned, Tony, we use a special patented smash technology, which allows it a loose grind mouth bite. And what it does is the burger actually plumps from the inside out. So you can see it here.
Yes.
The burger is actually plumping from the inside out, which allows it to steam, and it maintains that juiciness. You're not going to have shrink on these sliders. They're not going to go down to nothing. They're going to maintain their size and their quality. And just look at it. It plumps while you cook it. When have you ever seen a burger that plumps when you cook it on the grill?
And doesn't become this big.
Exactly.
So you get an idea. Don't let the 2-ounce fool you, okay? When you go to a fast food restaurant and order a burger, they're 1.5 ounces. These are large. They're 2-ounce servings, and they are absolutely jam-packed with amazing flavor. You can see the juice just as I gently tap on it, just literally run down the face of that burger. And you can cook these to any way that you like. Remember, they come frozen. So when you take them out the night before, pop them in your fridge, or you can put them in cold water for about 30 minutes. And a secret Ray always teaches us, before you cook these, let them sit out on the counter for about 30 minutes.
Yep.
Now,
and you know what else?
You want to cook these from frozen too, right?
You knew I was going to say that.
You're going to go there.
So like Tony was saying, I am a busy mom of 4, and sometimes I don't have time to thaw the burgers. So what I like to do, you can take these directly from frozen. You can throw them on your grill or in your air fryer. They're going to cook in about 8 to 10 minutes. And I want to point out what Tony's doing in here. He's actually sprinkling our Rastelli signature steak seasoning. So in every order of our sliders, you're going to get a packet of our Rastelli signature steak seasoning.
Yep.
Which looks just like this. And one of our favorite tips that we like to tell people is when you're cooking this on the grill, put it on your grill. You're going to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to see some moisture start to form on the top of the burger.
Correct.
Then what you're going to want to do is take your steak seasoning, sprinkle it on top, and let it cook for another minute, and then you're going to flip it and repeat. And you're going to have the most perfect, seasoned, delicious Wagyu-style Kobe beef slider that you've had.
Absolutely. And As you know, that's a family secret recipe for the seasoning that's been passed down from generation to generation. One of the things Ray's done for all our foodies, he put together this little booklet. It has recipes in it, cooking charts, and things that will help you to understand how you can serve these burgers in so many different ways. You have seasonings, you have butter starters. It tells you the right temperatures to use, whether you're in the oven, grill, air fryer. Just an amazing booklet.
Exactly. Ray spends so much time, and we've stolen all of his favorite tips and tricks and put this in this cooking guide, which is why we often refer to it as his meat Bible. So if you're scared or you're not sure how to cook anything, you have nothing to worry about. Everything's right here in our meat guide, so definitely don't want to be hesitant to try these Wagyu burgers at your house.
And it comes with the order, so you're going to have this completely at all times ready for you to go. And I want you to think about, because even though it's a burger, there's so much things that you can do with this. I'm going to cut this open again. Looks, oh yeah, that's mine.
Look at how good this looks, Tony.
That's mine right there.
I made this one especially just for you.
That's mine right there. A little bit of Kobe cheese. I would put some sauteed onions on that. Some ketchup fits perfectly on a bun. You can put them on English muffins. You can serve them on Kaiser rolls, regular rolls, bagels. Let me just turn this so you can just see. Perfectly cooked and jam-packed with plenty of flavor.
And you know what? You know what I love about these? These are the perfect size. So these are 2 ounces, and like we had spoken about before, they're not going to shrink when you cook them, so they really make the perfect size. So a slider is great if you're having a barbecue and you don't want to, overwhelm your guests with like a huge burger. This is an awesome option for you to have 2 or 3 of, and they can mix them however they want, and it's really just great for the grill, great for the air fryer,
Absolutely.
Great for family dinners even.
And as Ray always taught us, when you start with the best, you always get the best. And that's exactly what he's done. So you understand how this is made. They use the Wagyu chuck. So it has the perfect amount of meat, the perfect marbling, and the perfect amount of fat. Fat is butter. That's why you see it so juicy. And I'll lift this up just so you can get a look at it. This is what the burgers are made from. So everything that comes here, it comes into our facility. We grind it, pop it into our special freezer bags, and I'll show this too so you can see it. This is how they come packed to you. So
yep.
They're blast frozen. Correct.
Yep, and there's 2 patties in each of these packages. So you can take them, like we said, you can either thaw them or you can take those 2 patties right from frozen and throw them in your grill or your air fryer, and they're ready to go for your next barbecue or your next dinner.
Absolutely. And you can pan sear these. You can put them in your air fryer, as she said. You can toaster oven them if you like to.
Yeah.
We're both very busy. I have a lot of grandkids. You have a lot of children. So.
And you know what, Tony? I love that you had mentioned this earlier in the show, that when you see a Wagyu product at a steakhouse, you normally see MP for market price next to it. And tonight, on our Rastelli Family and Friends Hour, we have this special price. It's only 4 easy payments of $19.09. I mean, you're not going to go and get a Wagyu burger for $19. This actually breaks out, I think, to about $3 a slider.
Wow.
So you're not going to be able to get a Wagyu slider or burger, or any Wagyu product for that price anywhere.
And again, these are from the Ohio Valley. So that's where the main Wagyu comes from, and it started in the 70s, right from Japan to us. And these are from the same bloodline that came in. So these small farms have a relationship with Ray. They're so used to working with quality products. They're grass-fed in the beginning of their lives, and then they are actually all veggie-fed.
Yeah.
So the meat has that sweetness of the flavor.
It's so buttery, like you had mentioned. It's so sweet and so buttery. It just melts in your mouth when you bite into it.
Absolutely. Ray was telling us today about the honeybees that are out there to fertilize, to actually pollinate the grass. And they're on like 100,000 acres of land. So they move the cattle from one place to the next. By the time they get back to where they first started, that top of the grass has grown perfectly. And that's what you're seeing here on this counter. You can just see how light and how juicy and how flavorful this Wagyu would be. Now I'm going to give you a little tip. When your friends and families come over and you're serving these and they go, wait a minute, what the heck, what'd you do with this burger? Proudly tell them it's a Wagyu burger. You're going to look like the biggest hero, because you know Wagyu's not cheap, but it's great here at QVC. M78893, 24 2-ounce Wagyu Kobe-style beef sliders. 7636.
Yeah, and Tony, we're seeing right here, this is actually our meat shop, which is located in Marlton, New Jersey. And what's so great about this product is we sell these in our store, but if you don't live close, you don't have the opportunity to be able to get them. Now, here through QVC tonight on our Friends and Family Hour, you can get these amazing 24 2-ounce Wagyu Kobe beef sliders. And you wouldn't be able to get them because you know what, you might live in the middle of the country, you might live on the other coast, you might not be able to come to our store, but you're able to get them tonight.
Absolutely.
On our Friends and Family Hour, only on QVC too.
And that's something I'm very proud of because I get to go to the store. I know my wife Vivian's probably watching right now, so when she saw the store, she's like, I want to go, I want to shop. Let me tell you something I'm proud of when you go to that store. When you walk up to that butcher area, it's like the old days when I was a kid. You're greeted with a smile. You're asked exactly what you want. They'll custom cut for what you want. But again, everything that you see here, we serve on our own tables to our own family.
Exactly.
We're proud of that.
Exactly. And that's what's so important. You know, like Ray always says, you get the best product by starting with the best quality ingredients.
Yepper.
Like this most sought after Wagyu beef, it's limited availability in the United States. Like you'd mentioned earlier, out of 30 million beef cows, there's only 5,000 Wagyu cattle in the entire country, and that is it. And what we actually do, we buy the entire stock of this so we can bring it to our friends at QVC because we want you to be able to enjoy this premium product with your families, with your kids, with your friends, and really just enjoy. Again, that is item number M78893. It's Rastelli 24 2-ounce Wagyu Kobe-style beef sliders, and that's available for you tonight for 4 easy payments of $19.09. And Tony, this price does go away at the end of the day. And coming up later in our show,